my buddy Anthony and I. We'd close the books in Italy, summer break was our door. Two restless college kids with too much time to burn and fire we couldn't tame. Said, let's go find the western wind, where maps once turned to stone, where sailors swore the sea just dropped and God left men alone. Down in Portugal, in the most eastern shore, where the old world used to end, the cliffs stood tall like broken teeth and warned us not to swim. The wind came speaking ancient words no preacher could explain, and even sunlight looked afraid to cross that stretch at the edge of the world. We were young and wild and stubborn then, thought we couldn't drown. I've been chasing ghosts at the edge of the world, like kings who wouldn't quit. But the sea don't care about pride, my friend. Don't care who's brave or strong. It'll take your life in a heartbeat flat, without thinking twice, without asking you. Found a quiet nudist stretch of sand, said maybe luck awaits for us there. But fate was laughing somewhere else, and girls were mighty rare. So we walked straight into the water cold, like fools with something to prove. Each stroke another silent dare, neither one of us will be the first one to stop. An hour passed, maybe two, the sky turned black as night. The wind rose up like Judgment Day, and thunder took its toll. Those waves grew tall like living things, with hunger in their eyes. Mountains made a moving, angry water, reaching for the skies. We were too young to drown that night, too wild to fade in the salt, and the tide waves tried to drag our bodies underwater. But we were too young to drown. Yeah, we were too young to drown. We refused to let that storm be the end of us, so we continued swimming like there was no tomorrow. No tomorrow. No tomorrow. No tomorrow. We stared death in the face that night, but we kept swimming. We did not surrender. We did not. Currents pulled us different ways, his voice got lost in rain. One minute he was right beside me, next he was gone. He was swallowed by darkness. I climbed those waves like rising hills, and fell through walls of foam. And every breath I borrowed felt like one I didn't own. For long hours I fought that storm with salt inside my lungs, lightning cracking over me like judgment freshly sung. Saw the rocks like sharpened knives waiting where I'd landed. Death was standing patient there with open waiting arms. We were too young to drown that night, too wild to fade in the salt, and the tide waves tried to drag our bodies underwater. But we were too young to drown. Yeah, we were too young to drown. We refused to let that storm be the end of us, so we continued swimming like there was no tomorrow. No tomorrow. No tomorrow. No tomorrow. We stared death in the face that night, but we kept swimming. We did not surrender. We did not and half alive to that rented little room, practicing the words I'd say about how my friend was doomed. Thought about his father's face, thought about that call, thought about how one bad tide can steal a man's good friend. Then the door swung open slow behind footsteps on the floor. Anthony stood grinning there like death had lost the war. Said, man, I thought you were gone for sure. I said, same goes for you, my friend. And we laughed like men who'd shaken hands with something dark and gloom. We were young and wild and stubborn then, thought we couldn't drown or bend, chasing ghosts at the edge of the world, like kings who wouldn't break. But the sea gave back what it almost took, two fools who pushed too far. Now every time I hear that wind, I thank God we survived.